Welcome, Lucy and Nery, to Dumb Bitch HQ.
Hey guys, look what I can do!
You dumb bitch.
Call an ambulance.
Hello, and welcome back to You Dumb Bitch podcast with me, Lucy-Furr. And with me is Nery.
Hello.
And with us is the producer.
Hola!
And we have another special guest today. Today, we have the creature herself, the original queen of blood, the cephalopod right from the deep depths of the ocean. It's Connie Bathory.
Ahoy.
Ahoy, hoy. Hi.
Hello. How are we?
Good. How are you?
Alive.
That's,
Well, as live as I can be.
that's all we can hope for. We had to get a kitty wading pool full of seawater for you to sit in while you
I
record.
need to keep my cloaca wet.
Ugh, you nasty. So, how is everybody else?
Oh,
You can't see thumbs up. Yeah, good.
It's an audio media.
You was forgetting something.
Yeah.
Surviving.
So, welcome. Yeah, good. I'm glad we're all
Did you
somewhat
come to
here.
my show? You better have come to my show.
If you didn't come...
Try harder.
If you didn't come at her show, you're a failure.
Get a better man.
It's fine. I'll just go sit in the crowd, come and leave. It's fine. So I'll be there for the first 2 minutes and go.
There's a person who
minutes,
is
that's
underage
generous.
in the show. Don't.
What?
Person who is underage, do not.
Oh, don't come at the show, but come to the show.
Just wait till he's backstage. You'll be fine.
He's not. He's in every
He's in
scene
every
except
scene.
one.
He's in. Do it in that scene. There's no one on in that scene.
Oh my God. All right. Okay. So, Connie, welcome to You Dumb Bitch HQ.
I thought that was your house.
fucking chaos,
No,
man.
no, I don't have one of those.
It's the dumpster beside the house.
Yeah, exactly. So,
I had to fight raccoons for this space.
we are just the raccoons.
Oh, so it's dumpster water I'm in. Excellent.
Yep. The raccoons are like our minions. Like how Despicable Me has minions, we have raccoons, which is cool.
I wish.
Which is
I want raccoons. I wouldn't
why?
hate
What's
coming
this
here.
obsession with raccoons?
I just think that they're cute little hands. You don't like raccoons?
No, they're
Jesus
dirty and
Christ.
shit.
All right, so this is You Dumb Bitch with producer and Connie Bathory and Lucy-Furr. Who's Nery?
Do you like bats?
I like bats.
Fuck me.
Why?
Bats are
You're
so
surrounded by
cute.
the weirdos.
Where the
I have
kids?
cat rats. They're just
But
bats
rats are
with no
cool.
wings.
No,
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I
Rats are
don't
cool.
like that bats
I used
piss on
to-
themselves. There's a line.
Who pisses on themselves?
Bats.
Yeah, because they're upside down.
Yeah.
What else are you gonna do?
No. Not
Not-
all bats piss on themselves. Majority
Yeah,
do.
Nery, that's bat racist.
Baddest.
Baddest.
Only Batman pisses on himself.
Ooh,
Does.
Batman's into
That's,
some
we
water
don't kink
sports.
shame here. We don't kink shame. What do you think the latex suit's for?
Damn.
Yeah. Crack that case.
That's why I kept Alfred around. You
And
need an
why it
old
has
man. They're
nipples.
always peeing.
Exactly. Got him.
Oh my god.
Anyway, we're just gonna ignore
wonder
the.
the ro-
We'll talk about the fact that you hate cute things at a later
don't
time.
hate cute things.
I've written a
You
note
do.
down. We'll talk about it in depth. But this is Connie's episode,
Sorry,
not yours.
sorry.
Connie, hi. You got
Hello.
some stories for us?
Oh, I've got a big story.
Ah, big story. That's the sound it makes when it enters your ears. Ugh.
Pretty much.
Jesus Christ. So what are we going to talk about today?
Knowing Connie, I'm terrified.
It's not.
It could be anything.
It could be anything, but it's the ultimate you dumb bitch
Okay.
with me and Lucy.
Is this going to be our last episode? It was the ultimate one.
Probably. With me and you. Us?
Us,
Was?
you know how our friendship was cemented through trauma bonding.
Oh no, the trauma bonding of all trauma bonding.
Yes.
I guess we're going to talk about the flamingo.
Oh no.
I've mentioned it briefly in the past. I said one day I'd get the balls to talk about it in depth. So I guess Connie's
You
here
better
and
get
we're
them
going
balls.
to do that.
Yeah. I mean,
Where do
2
we
weeks
start?
of hell.
The way you said that both in unison terrifies me
It's
more than
trauma.
it should.
Just
let you
trauma.
know.
Heads up, by the end of this, we have a trauma accent, so
Yeah.
it might come out.
We're probably going to sink into an accent at some point. It just happened.
Is it going to
It
get...
happens when I
Disclaimer,
stress.
we're not racist. It's just
Trauma.
Okay.
Pretty much.
Okay, so where do we even begin with it?
Slight little background. It was 2 weeks. It was meant to be something fun and lighthearted that we kind of got roped into helping and stayed of our own free will. And then we Stockholm syndromed each other.
Yeah, for 2 weeks.
What the
It
fuck?
doesn't sound like very long, but it feels like a year of my life.
Okay.
I mean, day one. No, actually 2 weeks beforehand, literally, we were in drag in a vehicle and the vehicle caught on fire.
Burst into flames
what the
on
fuck?
the Kayama
When you're at your
Bend.
most flammable.
Yeah,
Oh.
on the way to a gig, and the car just burst into
Oh
flames.
my God.
That was 2 weeks leading up to the event.
Huh.
And the idea was that we were just going to travel to the place where we were holding this thing
Day by
every
day by day.
day.
Oh,
Instead
it
of
was
staying
far.
up there. Yeah.
Mhm.
Because it was only from like an hour away. So it wasn't
Yeah.
too big a thing.
Okay.
When that happened, all our plans changed.
Kind of went up in smoke, I suppose.
Yeah. Smoke and feathers.
So Connie was left carless.
Okay. Oh, it was your car.
Yes, unfortunate.
Fucking hell.
So we impromptly, and with our third counterpart, impromptly sorted out some accommodation to start us with this 2 week period.
Okay.
Connie, back to you.
So before we even get to our accommodation, which had been sorted, and it was wonderful, it was a whole house to ourselves for the 2 weeks. It was guaranteed to us, not an Airbnb, just someone doing a nice favor.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that was going to be my question.
So we met the person who was going to pick us up in Nery at the Monster train station. And if you've been to the Monster train station, you know what I'm saying. But if not, it's the end of the line. And that
Yep.
means that's where all the trash is.
So yeah, disclaimer: we are still in drag after the car burst into
And you were going to
flames
Bominary train station.
Uh-oh.
to
Fuck
get home.
Me. That
to
is-
get home from there.
that
That's
is-
worse
so-
than being in cosplay.
I half de-dragged.
Okay.
Half de-dragged as much as I could. Because, look, when I'm in drag, I don't pass as anything. I'm
You're a creature.
I'm the creature from the black, not even lagoon, who knows what I'm from.
The deep, dark, scary.
Yeah, Mariana.
The Mariana
Trench.
Trench.
Mariana.
So that led us to going. So we got towed to Kayama.
Okay.
Nowhere at Kayama is open late.
No.
So
Nowhere to sit. Nowhere to charge our phones.
we thought we'd sit at the train station because at least it'd be lit up and there's a train until like 11 o'clock. So
Yeah.
there'll still be people there. We got kicked out of the train station.
By who?
You can't loiter
But-
here.
Yeah, by the train guard.
Oh, okay.
You
Yeah.
can't
yeah.
loiter here.
And we're just like, cool, where can we go? So then we sat in the freezing cold bus stop.
Oh, and that street is dark as hell.
Our ride was an hour late.
Yeah.
So you had to wait over an hour.
Mm-hmm.
And
So
because we had to wait an hour, we said, you can take us all the way home. So they
Yep.
did.
yeah.
Okay.
On
well,
the way home,
Oh,
Yeah.
the Lucy-Furr curse came into effect.
Yes. So the Lucy-Furr curse is if a Lucy-Furr, me, is to enter a 24-hour premises where they sell food,
Uh-huh.
nameless restaurants
Yep,
throughout the region, we know. It starts with a big M. The Golden Arches.
It starts with a big M.
If like Gremlin rules, if Lucy-Furr is in the establishment after midnight, fucking hell breaks loose. So it's the Lucy-Furr curse.
Okay.
And this was the first instance with her.
Yeah.
So hell breaks Lucy.
No, hell breaks everything around Lucy.
This wasn't my first experience of the Lucy-Furr curse.
It wasn't.
It was the first big one.
It was the first big one, especially for two other people.
Okay. So at this point, sorry,
Yes.
do you two know each other well?
Yeah, we'd been friends for like
About a year.
yeah.
Okay. I thought you were just getting to know each other.
No.
Okay. Yeah.
We met on Grindr as friends. I saw a picture of Adore Delano and went, hey, I love Adore Delano.
And then now I can't get rid of the squid.
Yeah.
You can't flush squids, turns
I
out.
love that you guys met on Grindr. That's amazing.
It's
and
true.
we never fucked.
No, never ever. Well,
You hear that?
were
Grindr's not
sisters
just for
straight away.
fucking.
Yeah. Yeah. See, I don't fuck with family.
No. We're close
Sure,
to
fuck.
Sussex,
I'm gonna
but
use
we're
that as
not
a
that
tag
close.
on this episode.
You don't fuck.
You dumb bitch. Don't fuck with family.
Family.
So pretty much this whole Lucy-Furr curse incident, we were sitting in a booth eating our food, minding our business after being in drag in the freezing cold for a million hours. I stayed in full drag because I'm like, I'm not going to get half out and be stuck in like girl clothes. I'm just not going to do it. So we're minding our own business, eating food, and this group, I call them Ugly Little Mix and Justin Bieber because that's what they look like.
Accurate.
They were
can
so
envision it.
loud and rowdy. The cleaner had just cleaned all the floors and was like cleaning up to like it's midnight. It's
Yeah,
past
yeah.
midnight and getting the shit done. These grotty pigs threw a Coke all over the floor, just spilt it, and they're like, ha ha ha, laughing about it. And I'm like, guys, leave. Like, that's just fucked
Gross.
up.
Yeah, yeah.
That's fucked up. Just leave. And they left. And then they doubled back, and one of them smeared, this was my last straw, a burger on the outside of the window. Like a fucking animal. And I flipped my nana. I'm like, that's it. I pursue them out of the restaurant. And there was a few words and yelling
Meanwhile,
in the car park.
while Lucy went to the car park, I knew better than to interfere. The other two with me both kept going, oh, I'm going to go out. And I'm just like, no, just leave it.
Just let it happen.
Just let it happen.
And whatever happened in the car park happened in the car park.
It is
and
what
we
it
leave
is.
it there. It is what it is.
Yeah. Then,
But that was the week before.
let's go to the week after when we're going to go to the place where we were going to be staying for the 2 weeks.
That's right. I forgot this was
Yeah.
before.
This was
Yeah.
a prequel.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah, this was warming us up. So we get halfway into Nara when Lucy may have forgotten her wallet. So we had to pull over and pull everything out of a little tiny, like
car was
Yarra-sized car.
packed.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Packed. Full of 2
Stuff.
weeks worth of drag for
Oh.
shows, for everything.
Were you living with anyone at the time? You couldn't call and be like, "Hey, can you check my room, see if my wallet's in there?"
They were at work.
Fair. That makes sense.
I forgot about that.
So that was a shit start.
So we find the wallet, we get back up
Oh,
there.
okay. So the wallet was in the
Yeah.
car. Oh,
Yeah.
good. Okay.
So by the time we get up there and get ourselves sorted, it's like 6 p.m., 7 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the next day, I was meant to get up in the morning and do makeup on a radio star person as
Oh,
a
yeah,
thing,
yeah.
promotional thing. So we thought, okay, look, we'll just stay up this night. It's fine because then we can just sleep the next day.
okay.
Halfway through, at the next morning, at the radio station, they go, oh, would you like me to turn the lights on? Whilst I've had intermittent 10-minute periods to try and do someone's makeup
In the
full
dark.
drag in dark.
And we're like, yeah.
Why wouldn't they
That
have
would
the
be
lights
nice.
on?
I don't think it occurred to anyone, not even me. So
Yeah, fair. Okay. I mean, you're to be fair, you're on a full day's not sleeping.
yeah, so we thought on that first night we'd take some no-dos.
What's no dose?
No dose is a
Caffeine.
caffeine pill.
It
Oh,
smells
okay.
like cat piss.
Oh, fun.
But it fucking does the job. It's like 4 Red Bulls in a little pill. You swallow it, it tastes bad, but it will make you buzz for a good 24 to 48 hours.
Just
Fair.
ask a truck driver.
Yeah, you can usually find them at like dodgy petrol stations.
Yeah, okay.
They're not illegal. You used to be able to get them in Woolworths.
Yeah.
but now you can't
Yeah,
because kids
yeah.
got addicted to them.
Yeah. Hi.
Is that what that Saved
It's
by
in
the
a yellow box.
Is that what that Saved by the Bell episode's about? When that
Probably.
girl was
Yes.
on? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for studying.
Yeah, that's it.
I used it in high school for studying.
Did you really?
Yes.
How did that work out?
Hey, you can ask producer. I did extremely well.
Yeah, true.
I did extremely well with no sleep. It was great.
So Connie did the makeup. The person ended up looking busted because most of it was done in the dark, as you would expect.
Mm.
So the colors weren't right there. We did all of our obligations and we're like, that's fine. We get to sleep the evening away.
Mm. No.
We get back to our accommodation. Connie and our counterpart go.
because there was last minute shopping we had to do.
Yep. And I'm like, cool, I'll go in. I'll like unpack our stuff. I'll put our bags in the specific rooms. I walk in. Yes.
Yes, you walk in and then you get a phone call from an ex who had a fight with their parents.
Yeah.
They're now an ex. At the time, they were your current beau.
Yep. So that they had a dispute with their parents and we needed to pick them up in Mossvale.
In where?
Mossvale.
Mossvale.
And where were you? Fuck.
So for those who don't know, that's at least a 2-hour drive.
Yeah.
So I call Connie and our counterpart and say, hey, we're going to go pick up the boo. It's a whole situation. So we go, we pick them up.
And remember, us two are running just on caffeine pills.
Oh,
So what we did was we bought Mountain Dew.
Yeah.
I bought an energy drink, and I don't drink energy drinks that often.
Oh, geez.
And we
swallowed
washed
those
down
with
another-
no dose.
Another
Really?
no-dose.
Yep.
No.
Jesus.
And on the way back from Mossvale, we had a box that turned into pink mist.
Oh, God.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Sounds like a
Yeah.
great time.
Y'all
So
had
it was a whole
fucking
ordeal.
So
time.
then we get back and we go, okay, we can got back at like 3 a.m.
Oh, fuck.
I needed to go out and do other stuff that morning for in preparation for stuff.
Yep.
So I slept for a bit and then went out early and left Luke and their beau behind. Halfway through the shopping trip, no, not even halfway, I'd say like 20 minutes into the shopping trip, I get this phone call like, you need to come back now.
So what happened was Connie left.
Yeah.
I sleepily come out of the room. I'm going to the kitchen
But
to get my
you guys-
coffee.
You both got some sleep that night. So this is the next day.
Like 2 or 3 hours.
Not
maybe.
much.
Yeah. Okay. Not enough.
I come out and there's this little lady standing in the lounge room. And I make dead eye contact with her. And she's like, who are you? And I'm like, who are you? And she's like, this is my fucking house. You need to leave.
What the fuck?
And I'm like,
She's not a she's not a hallucination.
No.
She's legit.
I thought
Like you
at
could
first,
poke
I'm
her.
like, I could punch this and my hand will just go through. I wish I did, but
Your hand would go through,
she's
but
like,
the rest
you
of
need
her
to
would go with you.
go. You need to get your things and you need to go right now. Don't even get your things. You need to leave.
So this woman hadn't been there for like 2 days or whatever.
Yep.
Well, we were under the impression she wasn't going to be there for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I
And that she
understand.
knew that we were staying there.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
So
So the person you got the house from is obviously related to this
No.
lady. No.
it was a friend of a friend.
A neighbor from across the road
Yeah.
situation.
Oh, boy. Okay.
So, disclaimer, we were allowed to be there,
Yes.
but we find out after translating a bunch of stuff that our friend, who is also a drag artist, was referring to us as, oh, the girls need a place to stay.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Yep.
So when a big burly man with tattoos is in her house, she's like, what?
Yeah.
Fair.
So I call Connie and our acquaintance to come back.
And I forgot a couple of little details.
Oh.
When we first got there,
Oh, no.
there
That's
was
right.
these basically dead-eyed ceramic dolls
Ugh.
all over a whole lounge, like a whole lounge.
What is it
filled
with
them.
old people and dolls? Anyway,
Oh,
go on.
no. That was the normal.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
Then there was the
The
nativity scene.
yeah, the
This was
nativity scene.
February, March, something like that. There was a nativity scene in one of the bedrooms set up. We're just like, okay, and a Bible next to the bed. And we're told, oh, no, she would have done that as a joke. We're just like, oh, okay, that's fine.
Sure.
So we go into the kitchen and there's 2 fridges and a freezer. And I go to put some food in there for us. And I open up one and it was full of rotten food because the fridge was off.
Oh, no.
I literally slammed
She
the fridge
left her
shut.
house with a rotting fridge.
Oh, my God.
The other fridge was turned on and perfectly fine in the same PowerPoint.
What?
Do you
Yeah.
think maybe she didn't know? Like maybe it was broken?
I don't know, but it was rotten.
Yeah.
Ugh.
And
So I call Connie and our acquaintance. You need to come back because we're getting kicked out. Meanwhile, I need to walk across the road to the friend's house
Yeah.
and be like,
What
she
the
kicked
fuck?
me out
Yeah.
and all our bags and boxes and everything are still in her house.
Oh, she didn't let you take it?
No. She's like, you need to leave.
that's a later problem. That was-
Okay.
This is just the short version that we're giving.
Yeah, the Cliff Notes.
Oh.
Mm.
So we get there, we get our stuff. Well, we get half our stuff.
Yeah.
But whilst I was gone, Lucy had to wash the bed sheets.
What the fuck?
Because she's like, you weren't meant to sleep in the bed.
Oh, so okay. So then she figured out who you were and blah blah.
Mm.
But even then, we were both apparently meant to be sleeping in the beds
Where the fuck are you going to sleep?
I don't fucking know.
with the dolls on the lounge.
Oh.
Apparently.
So this was day 2 of 2 weeks after 0 sleep.
Yeah.
So we had sorted out some accommodation. It was perfectly legal. There was nothing wrong with what we did. We stayed at the venue that we had hired,
Yeah.
which had no bathroom or anything. So each day there was a toilet,
That
but
was it.
each day we had to get picked up and go back to the other person's house to be able to have a shower.
Far out.
And we're doing drag most of these days. So
Mhm.
Yeah.
You're gonna want
A shower is
And-
required.
You couldn't, like, your friend or the other drag artist.
2
didn't let
bedroom
you-
unit.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Okay.
Yeah.
Damn.
So that happened.
That happened. So on the opening night of everything, we were meant to have like all these people come who volunteered, who were going to help us. Not one of them showed up.
Oh.
Oh.
So we needed to cater ourselves, host ourselves,
Oh my god.
run a whole thing
All
ourselves.
these
Yeah.
people were meant to help me with the catering because
No.
that's my background. So in the end, I just did it. Got
Mhm.
everything from Audi, all this other stuff. We went to go put. This was on. No, that was closing night. That part happened.
Yeah.
So we had wine glasses and that we had to wash up. So there was a dishwasher. So we used the dishwasher.
Please don't tell me the dishwasher blew up.
No.
Okay. What? Oh fuck.
Picture like in a cartoon when they overfill a dishwasher with soap or something and it just foams and goes everywhere.
It was in real life.
Oh
and
my God.
so
Jesus.
I'm trying to sweep it all into this little tiny drain, which ended up being clogged. So I had to get hot water out of this jug and try and degurgulate that.
Yeah.
So this place had no beds, but it had like foot
Leather.
ottomans.
Leather ottomans
Ugh.
So
that we pushed together, and we would shift sleep.
Oh.
if
And
we
I
used
used sleep loosely.
loosely.
So we went out and
And there
bought
was 3
more-
of you.
2 of us.
And the other one was staying at her house.
And then
In
the
the
third,
2-bedroom.
Oh, okay. I
And the
thought
bow
yeah.
was with us for part of it.
Yeah.
that's right.
And then, Mike,
yeah.
this is too much. You need to absolutely fucking leave. You need to figure your shit out because you can't be here right
Yeah,
now.
fuck that.
Because we were ready to eat each other.
Fuck.
I mean, I don't blame you.
And it was freezing cold. it
Freezing
was literally
cold.
like a shed.
Tin shed.
Oh.
And
Yeah.
we got told that the heaters didn't work. So we had like 5 or 6 blankets each trying to keep warm.
Nah, fuck that. Yeah.
And the only thing that kept us warm at night was listening to a podcast called My Dad Wrote a Porno.
It's fantastic.
Highly recommend it.
Definitely 10 out of 10. Would
Best thing
recommend.
ever.
okay.
It sounds stupid and funny, but in the end, there's this massive plot arc.
Okay.
And oh my God, the plot twists in it.
Yeah.
Is it like, is it a fictional podcast or is
So-
it like a story?
A boy finds
No, his dad gives him the first chapter of this self-published book he's put online to read. So he grabs his gay friend and his female friend, and they read it together on the podcast.
and it's a bad porno.
And
It's
it's
fantastic.
written by a 60-year-old man.
So they're reading it live on the podcast.
Yes.
and
Holy shit.
It's fantastic.
It's
Absolutely
great.
listen.
highly recommend to this day. It is one of the best things.
Yeah.
But so that was keeping us warm. About the 7th, 5th or 6th night in, we get Chinese food because we were just living on
Chinese
dodgy
food.
McDonald's, like from the dodgiest Maccas
Yeah.
you could find. Like literally one corner of the wall was just flies.
Bugs.
Ugh.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, and the staff were just like, yeah, we know. And we just like, it was the only food that was in walking distance
fair.
of us.
What the fuck?
And
So-
obviously, price would have been an issue too.
Yeah, and me being a celiac, basically all I was having was the hot chips.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
For
fair.
2 weeks.
Yeah, so
Oof.
we, again, stocked up on coffee, stocked up on milk, no dose,
Oh,
Monster
man.
Energy drink.
You must
and
have
we
kept
were
no dose in business for 2 weeks.
Yeah. Yeah.
I still got a box of it to this
I-
day. It's
so do
still in
I.
date.
I think all up we probably would have had about 5 hours consecutive sleep each.
For 2 weeks.
For 2 weeks.
And you were
And that's-
performing and
Mhm.
Jesus.
running things, and
And I imagine you couldn't have cancelled like at this point.
No,
No.
it's in.
we
Everything's
were
all
booked
set up.
in.
Was it like?
It was a grant funded thing, so we had to do it.
Yep. Okay. Understandable.
So
Did you get at least good crowds? Like good?
Sometimes.
sometimes we did a whole pizza night thing where no one turned up,
Oh fuck.
So we had like $300 worth of pizza.
and like 5 people.
Yeah. Well, at
And
least
it's
you got
where we
food.
educated a grown person on how men have penises and women have vaginas.
And that men can't give birth to babies.
What the fuck?
A grown person.
They were
Oh,
like
God.
21.
But did they have like learning difficulties? Or
No.
anything?
no,
They're just a grown
just thought-
person.
all people have penises.
And all people had babies.
So obviously he's never had.
No.
Either that or he's only had gay sex.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. That's what. Yeah.
He
That
was a
meant-
platinum gay.
Yeah.
I was trying to
So-
say heterosexual.
so
sex,
lots
but
of
heterosexual
stuff.
didn't come out.
But
Kind of like a gold star lesbian.
So what's a platinum like?
Came out the
only-
sunroof. Caesar section.
Okay.
cut out. No touching the juffy at all.
Oh, gotcha.
Never touched one, never seen
Yeah,
one, never
yeah.
felt one, nothing. That's a
Did he not go to
platinum.
school? Like,
Mm.
I don't know. I don't
Maybe
even
they
know
just
if they
focused on the penises too much in sex ed.
Maybe.
Oh, penis. Yeah. What else?
So then we had the tea party, which we had to cancel, and that's personal reasons. I'm not going to talk about that
Yep.
one. But I had to rush back to Nara
Yeah.
and literally got to Nara. Literally everything that reason why I had to come back was false.
Yep.
Oof.
Went back to my house, slept for a few hours.
Did the same.
Lucy did the
did
same.
you? So you went home as well?
Yeah. So because of the thing that happened, we cancelled that day's worth of events.
Nice.
So I'm
like,
like,
"Fuck
cool,
this,
I'm
let's
taking
go."
this chance. I had a shower. I think I slept the 12 hours I was at the house.
Yeah.
And then I got up,
And then-
drool all down my
And
face.
then we caught the train back to Wollongong.
Yeah.
It was a hard
So you still didn't have another car at
Nope.
this point?
No, because I had no time to try
Source
and go
one.
looking.
Damn.
Because I was working full time doing this, there was no time in between to do anything.
Yeah. Yeah. Of course.
So then after that, we had another dinner and we got this Chinese food and it was terrible.
It was
Oh,
the worst
that
Chinese
sucks.
food
Aw.
I've ever put in my body.
There's nothing worse than shitty Chinese food. I mean, I imagine it's a lot worse, but shitty Chinese food's pretty bad.
Basically, we found out one of the reasons why we got kicked out of the house was not that we were
Men.
we're boys. It was the fact that apparently one of us pooed in the toilet.
What the fuck? What you want you to do? Shit in the gutter?
Okay, now let's just get a record straight. 1, Connie is a medical worker, works in the medical field.
Mhm.
I, Lucy-Furr, am so meticulous and so specific that I only use my own bathroom.
Yeah.
So, explain that to me.
And second of all, I cleaned up her house because she had ants everywhere
Yep.
and the rotting food.
Yeah.
But-
You didn't clean up the rotting food.
Some of it because I had to. Because
The
it
meat.
It spilt out of the fridge.
Oh.
It was that decomposed. So it'd been there for a
Gross.
while.
Yeah.
That's
So,
disgusting.
for that to be the reason, I have never seen a grown person break the way I saw Connie Bathory break. She curled up on the ground. She was pulling chunks of her own hair out,
Oh.
and she had Xanax that she was eating like Tic Tac.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jesus.
I don't
It
have
was-
mental breakdowns often, but when I do, I go hard.
It was wild to see happen, and I mean like
Chunks.
chunks.
I don't
of
remember
hair.
like a good 6 hours of my life.
Wow.
Jesus.
I'm
Apparently
so
I
sorry
went
this
to-
all happened to you.
Oh, it was just the camel that broke this.
The straw that-
the camel that broke the straws back.
Yeah, it's
Straight
that
up.
bad.
It was fucked. And that's the thing. Neither of us could prove that, but also the proof is in the pudding, babe. I don't poop unless it's my own toilet, and Connie's a nurse.
Yeah.
And
So
we had the neighbors across the road watching the person's house to let us know when she had gone out, because she apparently doesn't go out often,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
that we could get back in and get our stuff, because she wouldn't let us in to get the rest of our
What
stuff.
the fuck?
I don't feel
Yeah.
safe with you coming into my house.
She wouldn't even give it to let the other people go in and get it.
Yeah.
Fuck.
So we had to like makeshift break in to get our own things out of her
That's
house.
crazy.
It
Did you end
was-
up getting everything?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Then
But like, okay,
But like she, sorry.
sorry to interrupt here. But you've said, and I understand not going in a toilet that's not your own. You were supposed to be there for like a week.
Yeah.
2 weeks.
How are you not going to poop?
Fucking hold it. I'd rather die of sepsis than poop in a toilet that's not mine.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Fair,
I
okay.
don't-
I've gone
So you just
camping
go
for
bare,
almost 2
like,
weeks and I
plug
just fucking hold it.
Yeah. I don't
No
go for-
hole, it disappears. Done.
I don't go. I'm only comfortable in my own toilet, and I refuse to go to a public toilet. But I can go, like, if I'm not in someone's house, but like if I'm in an Airbnb or something.
Look, hotels are different. If we had a hotel, that's fine. But this was a person's house
Yeah,
toilet.
yeah.
I'm not doing it.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of going.
And
to
then
people's
we
toilets.
were in a giant shed with 2 toilets, and it was.
I would rather cut my arm off.
Oh yeah.
And so we were also keeping our stuff in like a store cupboard. 2 weeks worth of clothing, wigs, outfits in a store
Oh my
cupboard
god.
to make it look like we weren't staying there, even though
It was allowed.
it was allowed. There was no rule saying that we weren't allowed.
Right.
So,
No rule saying that we could, but there was none saying we couldn't.
Yeah.
so we get to later in the week, and the curiosity got the better of us. I'm like, fuck this. This is so cold. I'm plugging the heater in.
Yeah.
It worked fine.
What the fuck?
They just didn't want to pay the electricity. bill.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Fuck.
So you bet we had that motherfucker cranking up.
For sure.
Yeah. And then lots of other stuff happened in between. We get to the closing night, the night before. We go to put drinks in the fridge. There was 2 fridges, a normal upright fridge
Yeah.
and a little bar fridge underneath. And
Yeah.
you know how they have like that little freezer compartment?
Yeah.
We open it, and it is frozen solid. Now I have a
The
snippet.
fridge or the freezer?
The freezer and the
whole,
fridge.
the whole thing.
Oh shit.
Frozen solid. So I have a sound snippet that I'll send you to insert here
Yeah.
properly. But this is me recording how frozen the fridge is, and you can hear my voice at how run down and exhausted I am.
Because this is us running almost towards the end of the 2 weeks of just no-dos and just caffeine.
Fucking
That's
hell.
all we're living on. Caffeine and sugar.
Does need to be defrosted. It is frozen. Frozen! Does need to be defrosted. It is frozen.
And when you see how frozen it is, look at that.
Jesus.
I'll look at her later.
That's just a block of ice.
Yeah.
Oof.
And you
And when-
sound fucked. I'm sorry. You
I
sound
was
wrecked.
ruined. I was
the
a
trauma
husk.
accent is there.
I was a husk of a human.
Wow.
So the closing night goes off almost without a hitch. One thing did happen, and that was Lucy's whole little event with a bobby pin.
Is that the bobby pin? Son of a bitch.
Oh, I've touched that bobby pin unwillingly. It was gross.
Everyone in this room has touched that bobby pin.
Yeah, I was the one who had to help remove it.
Oh.
It was. I'm glad that
Bitch,
Connie's
you
a
trained.
medical professional, but I'm like, is it bad? And she's like, girl, it's inside you.
It's like underneath the skin.
Oh. Just.
I mean, if you had
Literally.
to be stuck with an injury like that with anyone, it's a good thing it was Connie.
But by this
Connie doesn't
point,
squirm.
by this point, it was our closing night. So she's like, do you need, like, should we clean it up? Like, what are we doing? And outside of wiping the dripping blood off of me, I'm like, leave it.
And
honestly,
just a bit of paper towel and water.
just leave it.
Yeah.
Leave
Reminds
it.
me that I'm alive.
going to be home in the next few hours because, like, fuck, we're staying an extra night. We did end up staying the extra, because we had
Because
to
of
clean
trains?
up.
No,
Oh.
because the people who were also involved in this, there was another party who
Yeah.
didn't turn up to anything or do anything.
Yep.
They were
Okay.
meant to come on the last day and do something. They had one job.
To help us pack up.
And they didn't.
They didn't. So I'm trying to figure out all this stuff and do everything, and we get it all organized.
Nice.
And then the people of the place where we were staying, sleeping, using, come in and go. They're talking to people and they go, "Oh, this has been one of the worst organized things we've ever seen." And we're just sitting there going,
That was it.
we're just like, okay, we're done. We're going. Bye.
Yep. For sure.
So I still had crusty blood in my hair because I'm like, you know what? We're only here for X amount of time. As soon as the sun comes up and we have the green light to go, we're going.
Yeah.
So just leave it.
So we never ended up getting to leave until like 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
The next day. Oh, what the fuck?
So I was in remnants of drag I had crusty blood in my hair. I was sore. I was sleepy. And by the time I got home, and look, I got home to a whole bunch of extra drama that I'm not going to go into happening. But that was the beginning of the end of a big chapter of my life.
For both of us, we both came home to different dramas.
Really?
Yeah. So,
But
and
Lucy's saga continued beyond.
yeah. Yeah. So, okay. I finally get home. I finally sit down. I'm like, fuck, that was wild. I debrief it with my housemates. A lot of crying, a lot of weeping. I finally have a shower and clean my head. Connie's like, look, do this, it'll be fine. I put the ointment on it. I lay down to sleep after 2 weeks of not sleeping.
You slept for 3 months.
I laid down and I looked at the roof. I got real cold. I got real hot. I was sweating.
Oh, no.
I
You
was
got
shaking. And I'm like, what's going on? I sat up and I'm like, I think I'm dying. And then I went to emergency.
Yeah.
And a doctor saw me straight away because I wasn't sure what was going on. And he goes, do you drink coffee or energy drinks often? I'm like, oh. So the last 2 weeks I've had 2 or 3 Red Bulls a day. I didn't tell how much I'd had, like probably times that by 3 and then plus
And
like
no
fucking
dose.
And we were
5
all-
or 6 no-dos a
And
day.
we also took up smoking.
Yeah, we
those 2
smoked
weeks.
for that last few days.
Stress. Who can blame you?
And then he goes, oh, because your body's crashing out. You're like having withdrawal symptoms of caffeine. Your body is a lot addicted, is how he worded it to
Damn.
me. And I'm like, great. So it's like the next 24 hours is going to fucking suck for you. Go home, drink lots of water, drink some lemon water. Don't eat too much. Just flush it all out.
Yep.
Steamy showers. And then you should be fine in 48 hours.
40.
So I still didn't get to sleep for another 2 days after returning home.
Jesus.
And by the end of the 2 weeks, I had used a whole bottle of Xanax up. A whole bottle.
So you
of-
both were probably going through heavy
All of it.
withdrawals.
My withdrawals were better managed because I had no chance to sleep because I came home, had that 1 day off, and then I had to go back to work.
Oh, fuck.
So it was.
And
a bit
life
insane.
continues on and on and on.
And I think that's how we got trauma bonded. And look, we didn't go into the accent.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, good job,
we
yeah.
didn't. But you can hear the accent
can hear it in the
that
recording.
video of how messed up it was.
And-
And that was, we'd sync.
And even to this day, sometimes when we go to Wollongong, if we're there for too long, it starts to come out.
To happen.
Oh, well, yeah.
To happen.
Can I ask why flamingo?
Because
And-
I was waiting for a flamingo.
Yeah, me too. I thought when you mentioned the fox
Oh, yeah.
poofing into pink smoke, I thought maybe a flamingo showed up in the
Oh.
middle of.
Well, it was listed as a festival.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
And we're like, well, fuck that. We need a better F word to talk about it to process later.
Yeah.
this
That's
was-
enough of that. Anyway, Connie, give us your fuckers for
Okay.
today.
I've got 3 facts. So I'll let you pick. So it's either poo, serial killer,
Okay.
or eyelashes.
I know what I'm going with because I don't do eyes. I'm sick of dealing with poo in the hospital, so I'd go serial killer.
A serial killer. Let's
Serial
go.
killer, Sure.
Serial killer. So his last name, I forget his first name right now, is Metheny. Yes, it really is Metheny. He was a serial killer in the US
Slay.
in the 1990s.
With that name, I'd probably be a serial
It's
killer
like,
too.
it's like Bethany who's hooked on meth.
basically. So he was like 650 pounds, which is like
Sweet
huge.
Jesus.
And he was
Oh, my.
6'1".
Fucking hell.
Slay.
So he murdered like these sex workers and all this stuff.
Because of course he did.
Yeah, because that's what they all do. The interesting fact is he disposed of the body, some of the bodies, not all of them, but some of them, by grinding them up, mixing them with mince and selling them as hamburgers from his food restaurant.
Slay.
Oh, fuck.
I
this
love
happened-
that.
Oh,
And, like-
burgers.
Yeah. Comes with extra crabs for that seafood taste.
Slay.
Don't ask about the special sauce.
Yeah.
Or
So
do.
he got caught in the end, but they don't know how. He reckons he only killed 10. He died in 2017. They found him dead in his cell overnight. But when you go into prison, some of the prisons in the US, they ask you what will your last meal be when you go on death row.
Yeah, yeah.
And the one that he had listed, which I love, was a hamburger and chips.
That's great.
That's hilarious.
You know what? The morbid curiosity. Give us the poo one.
Men and women poo differently.
What do you
Really?
mean?
Hang on, what?
They do poop out of both holes.
No, we don't.
So
I'm going to clear that up right now. No, we
those
don't.
with penises have your internal layout is different because there's less internal organs because there's no ovary or uteri. It means that their colon and that is actually a lot more flexible and less rigid. So it's actually harder for those with vaginas to actually poo than it is those with penises. Now, those with penises, ribbed for your pleasure is true because our colons are actually a lot more rigid than what those with vaginas are.
I just heard penis and vagina a whole
wait,
lot. I
okay.
don't even know about the poop.
Okay, but one.
Apparently, it's easier for us to poo than women.
One.
Sucks to suck.
Why does it take men longer?
Don't
But question two.
I take like roughly 20 to 30.
Like,
oh my
minutes?
God.
Seconds.
Yeah,
What
no,
are you
he-
doing? Masturbating?
He's gone. He's
Seconds.
gone. He's disappeared.
It's
Like,
where
I'm like, see you
I
tomorrow.
contemplate.
What are you doing? Pulling the poo in and out of your asshole to make it fun?
No.
It's like I'm like
A clown trick.
Oh, please no. Please
Nery,
no.
what the fuck? No.
Okay,
In and out. I'm there to drop those
Yeah.
pricks off and leave. Not
Okay,
there to bond with it.
Let me ask you a question. In the shower, how long do you take?
Oh, that depends if I really want the steam.
But like,
And also the spoons.
do you go and same question too? Do you go in the shower like thinking about like stuff and like that's kind of where you get?
As someone with a chronic illness, showering takes a lot of energy out of me. So
Okay.
I average 3 minutes. If I
Okay.
go for longer, then the rest of my day is ruined.
Okay,
Yeah.
fair.
It's a no from me. It depends. It depends how loud my brain is.
Okay.
Sometimes I'll go in the shower and be like, oh, yeah. I don't think in the
See,
shower.
I'm in the shower for like 2 minutes, in and out.
Sometimes I vibe.
But like,
Do that with pooping.
but see,
Yeah, swap it round.
I can't though because
Pooping
Get
is
your
dirtier
priorities
than
straight.
showering.
yeah,
no, I know. But when
or poop in the.
Okay,
Don't do
here's
that.
a question for you.
Military showers.
Here's a question for you that comes back to the eyelash question.
yeah,
Who washes their face? You all wash your face?
Yeah.
Not in the shower.
Yeah, not in the
Not in-
shower.
I mean, I'll like give it a bit of a water scrub in the shower, but
So-
not in the shower.
My favorite thing to let people know, and it makes them feel icky and then itchy, is that you have tiny microscopic eyelash mites.
I've heard.
Oh, yeah, no.
I heard about this on TikTok
I hate
yesterday, and it freaked me out.
Well, before TikTok, yeah. Your
Yeah,
eyes
yeah.
are covered in eyelashes covered in little mites. Oh, look at you touching your eyelashes.
You're
now.
freaking me out. Hold on. So, like, was
I've
that-
deloused a human.
Yeah.
Stop.
So a
Now
louse
I'm
is
going to throw up.
Continue.
I literally
And I've
just
seen-
shuddered.
I've seen like lice the size of like a pinky nail
Oh my god!
on people in their chest hair, back hair, and
Oh.
that.
Jesus.
It doesn't surprise me, but
Why?
it's still, yeah.
My eyes are still working. That means like I'm still here.
So we've. Can I just take it back a little bit? So that was my first comment. Was why it takes so long. Comment two. Question two. Comment two. Why is it harder for women when we have more muscles and muscle control?
Because they're
and-
focusing on the puss for
Because
babies.
Your colon is less rigid. So it has to be more
you got a
flexible
floppy colon.
because we
uterus.
push the baby.
Yeah.
Okay, but
'cause they
but
got
like we do
floppy colons.
Kegels and shit. Like
That's
it's all the
pelvic floor-
same.
No, pelvic floor muscles.
What I'm hearing is
are
men
different.
should be giving birth. It'd be easier for us.
Can you?
If I could, I would. Sometimes when you
No, but then you'd have
don't
to
poop
have
for
the
2 weeks,
flexible
it feels like a
colons.
baby.
Yeah,
And then we'd have to put up with the anal sex.
yeah. That's
Up the
why
bum,
they
no
say
babies.
anal sex for women is a lot more comfortable initially because their colons are more flexible than those like men, because men's colons are more rigid. It takes more time to loosen up those tissues. So they've got to be tenderized.
All right. Okay.
We have a massive black dong that was in this fucking place that'll tenderize you real quick.
Oh, yes, I've
Oh,
seen
Moby.
Moby.
So that is all we have time for today. But I leave you with this. Up the bum equals no babies. So if you were to fuck a guy in the penis, does that mean he'll get pregnant? See you next week on You Dumb Bitch. Bow, 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 bow.